Hello, it's Rider here, and I just want to do a really quick video. This isn't a review as such because there's been lots of reviews done on this figure. It's on its third run now, and it is a third-party figure by Mastermind Creations, and it's a figure that I picked up almost an impulse buy. Not quite. I did a little bit of thinking about it, and it was a toss-up between this guy and Striker Noir. And in my opinion, I've made exactly the right choice. I haven't seen Striker Noir yet, and hopefully my friend James will be let me have a play with his Noir at some point in the future. But MMC's Tarn, or Kultur, I think his name is. Now, I've got a handful of third-party figures, and I'll be honest with you, I hardly touch them to transform them. They are very heavy, they feel delicate in places, they are a nightmare to transform. You need to book a day off work in order to change one into walk mode. It's crazy complex stuff. And even though some people love the Rubik's Cube transformations, I'm not one of those people. I've still got Mitron, and I haven't transformed him. I've got Cloud9's Shockwave, and I haven't transformed him. I've got Preceptor by Fans Toys, I think it is. I haven't transformed him, just because it seems so much bloody hassle to do so. In my opinion, this is the best third-party figure I have ever held, for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, the build quality is fantastic. They haven't just stuck some die-cast in there for the sake of saying it's got metal parts. It hasn't got metal parts, apart from the screws and all that kind of stuff. But what it has got is fantastically built plastic with great joints and good posability. The build quality on this thing, considering it's a third run as well, 11 out of 10. It's fantastic. The other point that I want to make with this is that the transformation is simple. I think Dave Ment said a 6-year-old kid could do it, and it's absolutely true. You don't have to book a day off work. You can sit there and fiddle with this thing on your lap, transforming it from tank back to robot mode over and over. And it's great. And it's exactly what a transformer should be. It should look great in robot mode. It should be fun to transform, simple. It's everything I love in a transformer. I'm going to go far as to say this is my favourite third-party figure, and I haven't really got an association with a character. I've started to read some of the DJD, More Than Meets the Eye comics, and I know who Tarn is. I haven't got that far in yet to establish who he actually is beyond the mask, even though taking this off you do get a little bit of a hint, but I think that's a red herring from what I read on the internet. But it's just a great toy. Retro Prime said something a while ago about movie toys, and you know what? Forget about the character. If it's a good toy, it's a good toy, whether you like the character or not. And this absolutely is. It is fantastic. Little gripe about the shoulders and posability there, and the cannon gets in the way of the shoulder pads. But it doesn't matter because everything else is so fantastic. So, as I say, I'm not doing a full review on this thing. I don't know if I'm going to be in for the rest of the DJD. I know they're a bit difficult to get now, Voss and K-On, is it? But I don't think you actually need to buy a full set of figures to enjoy a toy. And it's difficult at times because I know with, for example, I look at our Masterpiece Grimlock and think, I need the other 4 Dinobots. I looked at my Seekers and think, I need the cone heads, but actually you don't. And what I'm thinking with this guy is, there is a couple of more MMC figures that I like the look of. There's a Rodimus figure coming out, there's a Megatron coming out. So, you know what, I might invest in those and just have a little Mastermind Creations IDW shelf. The only thing I will say is this guy is pricey. This guy was 110 English pounds, which to me blows my mind. And when we did the TFYTC podcast, me and Borders Dude, I asked a question: when did it become acceptable to pay more than £100 for a toy? And I don't know when that happened. Is it worth £100, £110? I'll be honest, I question if any toy is worth that much. I mean, this is half as much as a games console or whatever it might be, and look how much engineer goes into that. But you cannot fault the toy itself. The price is the price, and it might be overinflated because of the fandom loving this character from the comics and the people who love the comics. And you know what? In a way, that's fine. But the quality of the toy is unbelievable. So, if you're going to take a punt on a third-party figure, consider this guy. He's fantastic.